Hi, my name is Stephanie Mendenhall, and I'm here to talk to you about my Module 7 assignment over teaching strategies. So, I am teaching high school PE, so I chose to do my assignment over the mandatory PE, freshman PE, and we're going to be talking about nutrition. So, my 4 strategies that I chose, number 1, for instructor-centered, I chose lecture and questioning. So, we would start off by watching the film Super Size Me or part of that film, and then I would just go into a discussion with them talking about the importance of knowing how to read nutrition labels, making healthy eating choices, and different risk factors that go along with all of those things, and the students would just be prompted to jot down things that they think are important to remember from that. My second teaching strategy, interactive, I chose small group discussions, so it's basically the same as my first one. We would start with Super Size Me, except for after the film, I would break the students up into groups, and they would discuss amongst themselves things that they believe to be important or relevant from the film and write them down as a group, and then we would discuss them all as a class, but it would be them coming up with the discussion instead of me just telling them. My third strategy, individualized, I chose an independent project. So we would watch Super Size Me or part of it again, and then the student would begin making a list of if they could only eat fast food for a day, what would their 3 meals consist of? And once they had that list, they would go look up the nutritional information of those foods, and then write 2 paragraphs about what they learned about the food choices that they would make if they could. And then my fourth one, experiential, I chose to play a game with my students. So PE, I want them moving as much as possible, so we would be in the gym, and I would have different stations set up with different snacks and different question cards. So if there was a bag of Cheetos and I wanted them to find how many calories per serving for 1 serving of Cheetos, and then the students would have to perform that many jumping jacks for however many calories in 1 serving of Cheetos, and they would have a piece of paper that they're recording this information on. So it still is learning how to read nutrition labels and just being aware of what's going in our bodies. The struggles that I had in considering the 4 different ways to teach it were just making sure that I'm still getting the same information across, but also just realizing that there's more than one way to teach the same subject is probably the thing that I took away from this assignment, and that I think a lot of times we just defer to lecturing and questioning as our method of teaching, but it is so much more, I guess, like fun and enjoyable if we can have the students be in charge of their own learning. And I was really struggling with teaching health and how do I keep my kids moving, because I really want them to be moving a lot of the time. So I think figuring out how to play games but still teaching them what they're learning in health is something that I really want to be aware of going into this first year of teaching. I have a classroom to teach health in, but I would prefer that we're not sitting in there a lot of the time. I would rather be out in the gym playing games and doing things that way. So that is what I learned, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.